What up, family? What up, world? What's going on? We're about to go live here at the Conscious Media Festival. I'm here with my brothers, and we're gonna crush.
What's up, everybody? Live action right here.
What up? What up? Some live action. I know you guys couldn't be here, so we try to do our best and show you our love from here, from coming in hot from Austin. Let's go ahead and just bang this. Let's get you a seat. Come on, man. Awesome. So if you bring it over here, we can talk for a second. Hey, I was just gonna say, if you want to sit like right here, if you want to sit, yeah.
Right here?
Hey, you guys, you scoot over. We're filming real quick. Just want to have a seat. Yeah, just scoot a little bit. Oh, there's this old beautiful. Yeah, there's another guy. Yeah. I think Giselle. Yeah, start it. Yo, what's up? So it's kind of exciting here. There's a lot of amazing people, as you can see. We're here at Giselle's Casa. We're at Plaza La Vaca. J-Dog, get in here, man. This is my brother, also known as the Golden Sphere from Sedona. You know, world travels, you know. We've been doing some things around the planet. So what did you bring here today, man?
Well, I set up one of the new prototypes I just finished and debuted over at the AT&T Center yesterday. I'm sure you'll be seeing lots of pictures and videos of that pretty soon.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called the Superluminal, part of the Arc 1 series.
Alright.
Oh, that's my favorite song, man. There we go. So, this is so much fun. We're going to talk about like it's hot. I'm here with the Guardian of Shasta. I'm here with the Guardian of Sedona. You know what I mean? I'm here to pop on my popcorn. You know what I mean? I'm about to blow up your belief system. You know, they call me chicken pop. I'm about to chicken pop. Woo!
Let's go.
So it's been like, you know, a lot of different energies and things. Yeah, Heather. Say hi, we're live right now. This is Heather Sartain. She just crushed, amazing. You did an amazing job on it. We're going live here. But we're getting ready to rip. You just hold tight. A lot of things coming our way. I know.
Can I stay here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey! Sandra! Have a seat right there. That's good, right there. Hey, we're live right now. That's my brother Mazzoni. He just crushed.
What's going on, everybody? Love you guys. Emily, right?
Yeah. Dylan.
Alright. Go for it. How's your day? You got here probably around 11. That's been fun.
We're waiting for Miss Coy to come out here and introduce us. So, if you guys want on this feed, go ahead and post any questions you guys want. We'll go live later with me and Alex and some of the peeps. We'll answer some of your questions for you guys. We got Guy in the house, lots of fun. We also have They got a disclosure panel going on upstairs. All the lawyers are meeting up to try to get some of that content out to the planet and into the public. So it's pretty exciting. All right. We got Regina over there.
In this room.
James, bro. I'm gonna do a format. It's called Hot Heavy. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I know.
was like, oh. Okay. Did you get breakfast? Coffee? One coffee? You can have that. We can have another one.
Whoever wants to join. Thank you. Give folks a second to file in.
They still have to break. Alright, now let's share the secrets of the universe before this. You know what I mean? Too much fun. Alright, now, check this out. We're going to tell you guys the secrets of the universe while them are in there eating. And we'll go ahead and answer any of your questions right now. And at the end, don't worry, I know who you are. I won't have time to answer your question. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. How are you guys doing here today? We're good. I'm excited. I've been listening to some things and some things and some things in the background going, I'm staring at your higher self right now. You know, it's cool. It's cool, you know, the big old pink elephant in the room, right? What's happening down here, you know? In Sedona, you know, it's comic relief 24/7, 365, you know. Help my vessel. Help my lower self. I'm like, hey man, I know you're floating up down the cloud doing things. Why don't you come down here and instruct, you know?
Fine.
You know? They call it evolution. Let's get it going. Here we go. You want to jump like that? There we go. Jump. There she goes.
Lessons learned.
Okay.
Are we complete and people joining us? Can we kick that door closed?
Let's go ahead and
Big party out there.
there we go. There she is.
I've got the honor of introducing these two amazing names.
Right here, baby.
Right on.
Right on, right on.
So, this is let's see, Friday we mingled, yesterday we rode, today we go deep. And these are the beings to do it. I'm very honored to introduce both of these. I'll start with Sandra. She is an interdimensional energy worker. I always incorrectly say Mount Shasta, that's just where she's been stationed, but she works on a very large planetary galactic mission with energy. She has a very unique energy skill set in that she opens gates, opens portals. She's like on this other plane directing traffic when certain equinoxes line up and certain energy earth lines with astrological things line up. She feels that, knows that in her body and directs the energy for the benefit of all beings on planet Earth. It's pretty amazing.
Sandra!
She has 1 million followers that follow her. She also teaches a course called the Ascension Path, which she's making available to people that are here. If you would like to get that course, see her about that. Write her an email. That's a better idea. SandraWalter.com, just like it sounds. Okay? Yeah, and so Sandra just brings a very unique skill to the planet. More and more people are going to start learning about what these two beings do, which is opening portals, earth keeping, gate opening, and guardianship. It's like, where do you hear about that stuff? We saw the show Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, that's like our favorite movie. We're like, we can relate to that. It's true. You haven't seen it?
It's true. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I had the headphones on while it started. I was like, no way.
And there are people that have incredibly rare skill sets, and I believe these two people have some very rare skill sets, as do many people in this room. Many people in this room have their own unique thing that's just coming out more. So Sandra's going to talk to us about pure creativity. Also, let me introduce my dear brother, Rion DeRouen. And his skill set is interesting in that he works as a guardian, as if you couldn't tell. Because he's always, his energy on another dimension is just blowing up, and we're trying to like maintain him. It's like he has a problem fitting into this small body because he likes to be a titan walking around 1 foot in each continent and that kind of level. We're keeping him on a chain a lot. He's a lot to manage.
I give angels panic attacks. All right, all right.
So one night in Sedona, we came across this YouTube that had this test where you hold your hand up to the light and you slide it down. It's kind of like singing aura, and you'll see either a lavender or a blue or a gray aura around your hand. And we all did the test, and it turned out that several of us in the room had this one lavender light, which is this rare kind of guardianship where you're aware of an aspect of yourself that is cleaning stuff up around you. And you sometimes think, why do I have these violent thoughts in my head? Or why am I banging on people in my head? And it's this other thing that can be very confusing. So this was a great, we should put that up, that little test that we got. And so we were just all watching going, oh my God. Anyway, so these are the two beings that are going to take you on a journey today. And Sandra, we have a lot of requests to just have a closing meditation in the last 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm going to come at the very final of that, and I'm going to bring the core team up here and just bathe you in love from the crowd and everyone that's worked on the festival with the amazing song that Lana has teed up. Lana, are you here? Yes. We want that song. She's on it. So, and then we'll be wrapping the festival, so here we go. Y'all ready?
Yep. All right.
Blessings, beloveds. Today I'd like to talk about pure creativity. Okay, even though the introduction seems a little over the top, because I am forever humbled by my position of service during mission and consciousness. And that is from the heart. And every time I talk about it, my stream gets loaded with love. So pardon me as I get a little choked up, because there is so much love available to us right now. And we've been talking a lot about spiritual, a lot about disclosure. I want to talk about spiritual disclosure, which is the truth of what we all are learning right now. We got 7 billion versions of the truth running on the planet right now. But we're all fractals of one creator, one source. If you believe in that, if you want to have access to that, that's something that I welcome you to explore, because we're all answering a question from source. Who am I? What if? What if I did this? What if I created a planetary consciousness? What if I went into darkness and blindfolded myself and got as far away from myself as I could, and then I'll see if I can come back and become something even greater. And every single individual consciousness that is in this room right now is the answer to Source's question. Who am I? What can I do? What can I explore? What can I experience? And when you really feel into that, that is where I feel our pure consciousness, our pure creator beingness comes into play. Back in 2003, I wrote a book called The Creator State. I was just getting comfortable with my skills. I came online in 1999, but I had always had interaction with higher beings as a child, and I was always the weird one. I had a past life regression when I was 20, and they take you back three lifetimes. It's like a little further back, a little further back, a little further back. I hit the last one, and I look down and I look up, and I'm like, I'm an alien. and then I had a huge vision of everything. The sky tore open, and I was suddenly one with Source and one with everything. And for that to happen at 20 years old, I was like, okay, I need to pay attention to everything that's been going on, because probably like you, things move around in your room, and you got beings talking to you, and you're like, I'm flying around at night, I don't understand it. And you're a child, and it's just like, why are these beings talking to me, and nobody can see that I'm going to understand, And now that's normal.
Yep.
Do we all agree? Now that is normal. The conversation has elevated, and I'm all about the next conversation. The now conversation and the next conversation. And if you listen to, I don't call myself a channel because I don't let any being take over my screen. And I'm going to reflect what Alexandra was talking about too. It's funny, we have the same name.
I know.
Alexandra. But I'm going to reflect as the divine feminine component. That is, I feel that is true, and that, the kind of old age, new age thing, of channeling, no judgment if you are at that stage. But it is time for us to move into being pure conduits for our pure expression of source and our multidimensional self, because we have so many skills and so many unexplored areas of the shift in consciousness and ascension that we're all participating in this huge conversation. And the people in this room, I feel like a new tribe has been born through this festival. We are here, you, my brothers.
Put your hands together for yourself for showing up. How's that sound? Thank you for showing up.
This is something, and I was, I was having the same conversation with Regina just as she was leaving. She's like, this is new, this is a new thing. And I'm like, this is what we were in pursuit of. That was my intention with coming in that. So with that intention, tapped in and asked, and if any of you are familiar with my material, I have a really good team.
You do.
I have a really good team, you know, and I've always pursued, if any of you are getting into listening to your higher selves and these bigger councils of light and different realities, if you're getting like the repeat stream of, you know, you're here as a divine being of love, it's like, yeah, what else? I've always been that way, and you can see it in my material, you know, in my content. We talked about how the sun is about to change the prismatic effect of our realities. That was my last post. So if you're ready to go to that conversation, you know, that is, we're talking about accessing the architecturals for these realities and changing them. It's a brilliant conversation. But with that in heart, I asked, what is the highest thing that I could bring to close this festival and to get us all on track and support you as conscious content creators? And the clearest thing that came through was in Ascension Path I teach mastery of yourself, mastery of your consciousness, mastery of your world, and how you get into unity, Christ, crystalline consciousness, all the same thing, no matter what label you put on it, it's all unity. So I wanted to talk about pure creativity and how to access that through some mastery skills. So if you'll allow me, I have some notes and we're just going to like rip back and forth into anytime. So we're getting into the aligning with the creator state of consciousness, which is you as a fractal of source shining through this prism and reflecting the highest levels of your light beingness, no longer reflecting the lower levels or getting entangled with the lower realities, but reflecting the pure and true higher Christ crystalline unity consciousness. And that provides a multidimensional perspective. Like at the level, and there is no hierarchy, but at the level that my brother and I have attained, we're able to access many multidimensional aspects of ourselves simultaneously. It gets busy. It gets busy upstairs. You know, where you're just like, 1 second, you know,
I think
something going on.
I just dangle my pinky toe in this thing sometimes. Like, hey,
yeah,
coffee and pancakes.
Like
Get up.
his body a lot of the times, but I think it's too, for me, it's too disorienting. But what we're doing is we're witnessing and creating our transformation simultaneously. That's the multidimensional perspective. Being in this world but not of it. Heard that one before. But being here and witnessing your own evolution, the evolution of your brothers and sisters, and transforming and transcending these realities at the same time. It happens simultaneously. We all hear there's a lot of catchphrases that I want to bust through. The catchphrases of there's no such thing as time. We're using that right now. You know, time is not your enemy. Make it your friend, because it's very pliable and it's very, we've got a million different timelines running at the same time. But when we're able to access our higher states of creativity and our higher knowledge, we're able to alter the timelines, which we collectively did, light workers collectively did last September. And we shifted an entire stream for the collective on the planet to a higher ascension timeline. Everything started accelerating, and the side effects of that we can see. It looks a little chaotic on, in the 3D, 4D realm. But the trajectory of human consciousness is to become pure fractals of source. And all of us, when we hold that intention, which is the first mastery skill, highest intent, Honor your path of mastery in thought, word, action, and intent. Here's a little homework for you. Write down your intention statement. Say it aloud as an invocation, as your highest self, and go huge. Brother goes really huge with his intentions. You know, because our intentions are actually galactic, universal, where it's like, I will be a pure, I will serve as a pure conduit of pure source consciousness until this job is done. And as a gatekeeper, part of the gatekeeper's credo, I'm not going to repeat the whole thing for you right now, but one of the lines is, we will persist in our mission until this is a planetary consciousness where every soul who comes to incarnate on this planet is no longer born into a false sense of slavery or disempowerment ever again. And that's something that all of you can carry with you. So every creation begins with an intention, you know, the intention for this universe, unconditional love. You know, unconditional love is the frequency upon which this universe is built. Not every universe, just FYI. But we get the experience of being a fractal of sort. I don't want to go into some of those other ones. But this universe, you know, and so people look at that, they're like, well, how come everything isn't love? It's like, because you're exploring everything that love is not, and coming back into it. You know, Source is doing the big inhale now, pulling back all the information, going, okay, and now let there be peace and unity again. You know, and we're getting the fringes of that right now. It's going to get intense. It's going to be an intense amount of divine love hitting this planetary consciousness. You know, those of you who have vision who see the big cosmic templates coming in right now, they're going to change our reality. So we, as the leaders, as the way showers in this room, creating conscious content to guide our brothers and sisters through the process of getting over the past. You know, humans tend to be obsessed with the past or the future. It's like, yes, we can look at the past as much as you want, but now is where all of your power is. So every creation begins with an intention, and you have to set intentions, because otherwise your intentions tend to
can be bent by others that have stronger will than yours.
It means you're probably creating someone else's intention. You know, and the scene practice, you know, I teach mastery level, and a lot of it has to do with what the Essenes discovered. And they set intentions every 6 hours. You know, it's just like you're in the zone. And if you're going to explore mastery, you have to stay there. Everything becomes conscious. Everything becomes unified. Everything becomes, how can I express more love? How can I express more light? How can I serve? How can I serve? Now, at this point in the timeline acceleration, everyone who works from pure intention is extremely amplified. So understand, we got your back. You know, the frequency itself has your back. When you take a step in the direction of love, you are amplified 1,000-fold. That is just how the quantum effect of this frequency of photonic light works right now. And, you know, we're receiving these new templates right now. And it creates a foundational platform for your whole experience through the heart. You know, the heart gets, you know, New Age tossed around the heart. And now that we're getting into the actual science and the quantum effect of what the hearts and the heart magnetics are actually about, you realize, you feel it. You feel it.
What up? What's up? What's up? All right. You guys are knowledge dropping right now. I want to talk about the heart. I want to talk about humans. I want to talk about this planet. I want to talk about some of our galactic history. I want to talk about that plasma cannon you have in your chest. It's not kumbaya. It's not Skittles. It ain't rainbows. It's that heart is that fusion connection to the entire universe itself. Okay? There are planets and star systems where the baseline average is the 4th chakra, your heart. They don't go below that. That's their baseline average. If it was a sidewalk, they don't go. They're walking on the sidewalk. That's 4th chakra and up. When we're talking to Creator, we're talking to Source, your heart's speaking that pulse to the universe. Remember, what type of intention or reality do you wish to create? Your mind is a tool in this dimension. We grew this in a suit. Let's not forget that you guys are all walking around in amazing universal suits. Let's try to remember how to use that suit. Okay? The bone marrow that's inside of your bones is actually what carries the charge through your body. Where it exits is where your palm is. Here. All Kung Fu masters, Tai Chi masters know that your bone marrow fires that current through your hand. Same with your feet. Real quickly, left hand receives energy, left foot pulls energy up, right hand sends energy, right foot sends energy down, okay? Give you a little baseline average. How many people in this room, raise your hand, have your hands on? Massage therapists can feel energy. Excellent. Okay, how many people in this room have their throat chakras on, can actually hear their higher selves? Hey, this is what I'm doing. Just so you know, I've been to 4 or 5 conferences, and I want to name them. This is the highest average thus far. Now, how many people in this room can actually see through the third eye? Raise your hand. Yes! For all those people watching on live stream, yes! Austin's on fire. Okay, now here's the deal. When you guys hear some of these spiritual people talk and all this different jazz, and you're just waking up. Okay, the majority of people on this planet are just waking up. Who's this? Who's my higher self? What's this duality game? Who's the salt? Who's the pepper? Make it real simple for you, okay? You got a V going into your sternum, okay? You got cables going up your left-hand side, you got cables going up your right-hand side. There's more than that, but I'm going to call this the salt and pepper understanding, okay? Your heart's on your left. Your highest light is on your left. Your highest night is on your right. Right night, light left. Keep it real simple, okay? This is a universal suit to be used on different planets when all of you guys step up into the power of controlling your consciousness so we can take you guys upstairs. Can't take all you guys to heaven or into 5D if you can't control your mind. Some weird stuff pops up upstairs where, and all of a sudden you have a negative thought form. You create instantly. It's instant manifestation. There is no 3D lag time, okay? It's like instead of doing long division on a piece of paper, you're given a calculator. Boom, 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 boom. So your mind and what you create is very, very important. Every single decision that you make, remember to process it through your heart first, then call that into the manifestation of your action. Sister.
Oh, that's beautiful. It rolls right into this. I love you, buddy.
I love you too. Song Pepper, baby.
Redirect your thoughts about possibility. So this is another part of the ascension training in general, what we're all going through right now. Going boundless, fearless but not reckless. It does take practice until the brain, the heart, and the energy fields are rewired. So what is the coolest, clearest thing you can create to assist? And really knock the walls out on this one. Because the conversation is changing. You don't want to just replicate what other people have done before you. There's plenty of material out there, and that kind of material is actually getting very saturated right now. You know, where people just kind of repeating the same. I think Savon was talking about that yesterday. People just kind of regurgitating what they've learned, and I'm going to go on YouTube because I read a book, you know, that kind of thing. You need to find your unique expression and really honor that. And just the most authentic you can get right now, there's strength in vulnerability. Because that way people really connect with you. You know, when I get weepy because my love streams get turned on or whatever, it's not like, oh, I need to be perfect, you know. You're not going to be perfect in this realm. You know, love you, Claudia. She's getting all weepy because she feels my stream. But it's, you know, you need to be truthful about what you are experiencing. Veil's very thin, you know, those of us who are, you know, a little further down the path, you know, we can see what's going on. So it's just like, oh, honey, I guess you'll get there, you know, but now is a time for acceleration. So we want to be really clear about our thoughts and redirect them. You know, check out Joe Dispenza's material about redirecting your thoughts and rewiring your neural pathways. It's you literally stop your thoughts. You're like, hold on, because understand that the mind and the body and the ego are not you. They are the vehicle through which and constructs through which we play in this realm. So when your mind is, you know, again, monkey mind or whatever, it's like shush, 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 shush. You know, parent your mind, parent your thoughts, and parent your heart so that you can create effectively, so that everyone can join in this beautiful acceleration. But this is a personal favorite of mine, surrendering to divine service. Put your faith in the mission of divine love. You know, go all in. It's when we talk about unity consciousness and the power of love and everything, again, pull those out of the mind level. Drop the elevator. Drop the elevator from the mind to the heart level. Every time your mind starts going into, well, it's just concepts, and we're all going to be in unity consciousness, and it's all unfolding, all the buzzwords. Take it out of the realm of buzzword, get into your heart, and understand that service is its own reward. You know, treasure in heaven, we don't talk about that. But when you surrender to divine service, nothing else makes sense. And I remember distinctly when we met back in 2013. Oh, that's a fun story.
It's a fun story.
All right, so I went up to do gate work on Cathedral Rock, visiting Sedona. I was on a mission, months and months and months of, I do months and months of outside, just you know, and I live outside on the mountain in the summer because it greatly enhances my experience and my personal journey. But I was outside about to go up on Cathedral Rock, and one of the light workers of Starseed had sent me a video of Rion's. And I was like, busy. I was not really paying attention. I was like, oh, I'll check them out. Oh, another Starseed video. I was like, let's see what they're talking about now. Oh, the cabal, disclosure. Like, okay, so I just turned it on, and I'm like doing other things and everything, and all of a sudden, one of my guides, one of my more physical guides, like grabs me by the etheric collar. They're like, no, look who it is, and I'm like, oh God, we must have been in trouble. That dude's back. Because my higher levels call him Osra.
Okay, Osra.
That was like, that's from like Orion War days. It's just like,
Okay. I love you. All right.
Wait. No, so I'm at the bottom of the Cathedral Rock. We're at the bottom of the Cathedral. I'm at the bottom of the Cathedral Rock on my own. I'm like, all right, higher levels. Teleported to Rion's higher self, my higher self, talked to one of Rion's higher selves, and I'm going up on the rock to do some gate work, and I'll meet you up there. And I say this to myself in private at the bottom of Cathedral Rock. I go up over the gate, I'm meditating up by the spires, and around come Rion and Jason.
Uh-oh.
Come around the corner, and I'm like, whoa!
Hey! What up?
I'm like,
She's all like, oh, again.
I'm like, okay, so these guys were real. And I'm like, look at sweet. We've been
We support the divine feminine.
No, but like Rion is an incredible being, but he will tell you the thing that all the shiny show and the huge. I mean, he's this massive being poured himself into this tiny suit. He really does have your back.
Yes, I do.
And this is where the intention and the divine service come together, because as a gatekeeper and him as an earth guardian, this is divine service. I've given up the rest of my life. It just doesn't make sense anymore. Nothing else makes sense.
We're all in. We're all in.
We're all in, 20%, all the time. We got it back. So if you're having, divine service issues, like I really want to step into service, but oh my God, everyone's going to think I'm a freak. We've paved the freak road for you. But divine service, that allows pure creativity to flow through you, and it's not in service to some outside, unattainable God state. It's you. When you open your ascension column and you let all of those divine aspects flow through you, there's a purity in that, and people can feel it, and people will feel your authenticity. And when you're able to look at every eye in the room and go, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. You are God. You see it. And that level of divine service, again, nothing else makes sense when you hit that fake ceiling. Like, I'm afraid, and all of a sudden, I'm not afraid anymore. I will be at 10,000 feet alone on a mountain with the mountain lions and the bears and everything, because I know what I'm here to do. And I know that I can be in that level of divine service and push up against the walls of my own fears. 100%.
I want to say something to all my fellow gridders and earth guardians out there. Raise your hand if you guys grid and you guys work the ley lines. All right. And everyone out there across planet Earth, all my fellow grid workers around Earth. Being an earth guardian and actually having this job is not something, that it's kind of strange. You come here with a lot of these skill sets. So when I kind of woke up, I didn't get the slow rise, kumbaya version. I had an 8-foot Anunnaki training me in my den. And my third eye came on and trained me for 8 months, trained me in the backyard every single day. And then, my first trip to Sedona, actually said, hey, you know that thing where you open the doorway in the backyard? And I go, yeah, bro. He goes, do it right here. So, you know, I blow a hole in the ground, and boom, all these souls and all these things start popping out of the ground. And, you know, all of a sudden I look behind me, my dude's like 12 feet tall, and I mean, I have this eyes open, you guys. Like, I've seen too much. You know, people like, I want to wake up and see things. I've seen too much. I'm like Oz behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm here, like, with you guys, like, yo, this is awesome. But at the same time, too, I'm also monitoring things all the time, 24/7, 365, to make sure the kids, the children, our inner childs have an opportunity to grow and stay in our hearts. That's just what's going to get us out of this situation. It's love in our hearts. Okay? These timelines and some of these different Mandela effects you guys are experiencing, I want to express this too, because I get these deep conversations with my guides in Sedona up on the mountain. And I go, real simply, you know, what is this all about? He's all, bro, you showed up. I do this. I'm like, yo, bro, we called you in. This is what's going on. You're here to help your family choose wisely and effective timelines so we all may rise to a more prevalent and abundant timeline for all of us. So really, what are we doing? Some of us jump back way in time to be here. From the past or from the future. You don't know where you jumped from. Here's the sentence. We're here to fix the timeline. You know, and that's happening right now. Some people remember mirror, mirror on the wall. Or Luke, I am your father. Now it's magic mirror on the wall and I am your father. I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Some of you guys, you start breaking down the dimensional realities of your existence and what you remember. Understand it's your perspective projecting into the field. What you think about when you're having a good day affects everyone around you. If you're a high vibrational being, right, and have some crazy dreams at night, don't walk into the coffee shop with a bunch of children going, I can't believe this is happening to me, like spinning a tornado around you, right? Understand your heart and the balance and your breath, waking up with the sun, does your cell phone work if you don't charge it?
No.
Does your pineal gland work if you don't charge it?
No.
Okay, sun gaze, ladies and gentlemen. We have an amazing sun. He or she is glorious. Make sure we'll say she. I have homies up there, they're awesome. Okay? I love plasma beings out there. We'll get to that, you know, the sixth thing that is missing on the elemental chart there. You know, at some point in our future. Okay, so what I'm getting to for you guys, stay in your hearts, make sure you guys sun gaze, and understand we're here to fix the timeline. Real simply, we're here to take the controls back from some of these jagaloons. Show the galactic, you know, just so you guys are, you know what's up. You got the staff of Hermes. You got the two snakes. Okay? You got one, first snake on the surface, you got Illuminati. Snake on the bottom, Illuminari. The eagle's on top, because that's your galactic family that monitors everything. Not just on this planet, not just in this solar system, this entire sector. Let's not forget who really, you know, we're renting here. We aren't the landlords. No one's from Earth. I want to just really express some things to you guys when we have this disclosure thing, and we're all like, oh my goodness, there's 18-foot dudes and 30-mile-long spaceships in Antarctica sleeping. Yeah, I've had that question many times. What happens when some of our dudes wake up? Do you think they're going to understand what's been going on down here? So what I'm trying to express to you guys is when your higher selves wake up in your suits, have patience, compassion, and explain, yo, homie, check this out. Like, I've had this Atlantean version dude will wake up and be like, what is this? What are these paper buildings and what are these things? And I'm like, okay, bro, check this out. They drive on rubber trees. That's like cement or something. And yeah, the buildings only last like 60 years. They kind of fall over. It's a whole mess. Why would you create such things? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I feel like I'm drinking diluted wine down here. It's just got out of control. What I'm trying to get to is that when you wake up, just be prepared for what you're going to be waking up into, okay? And all my brothers and sisters down there heading to Antarctica to figure some stuff out. Let's just say let's pay homage to the beings that came before us. But truly, us as the children, stay inner child. I want to share one last thing with you guys, just in this little section of the lib. When I was a big J, okay, it's known as St. Isis. Okay? Let's just say on Big J, I'm on his left-hand side with the shield and the spear ready to stick someone. Okay? Just so you know, St. Isis, he also has warriors on his side, right? Here's what I wanted to share with St. Isis, or Jesus, shared with me. Yeshua. The main thing is that he showed me the visual of my little 7-year-old version, my little blonde-haired Palladium. and he showed me the gates of heaven. And there, if you guys haven't ever seen the gates of heaven, it's two golden huge harps, and it plays a harmonic when the doors open. And I'm sitting like this, and it's my little 7-year-old blonde-haired, towhead, Palladian, blue-eyed version that takes my hand and walks me through that gate. So all this distraction down here on planet Earth, and all this material jaja woo-woo they got trying to distract you, remember, your inner child walks you through that gate. Your golden heart walks you through that gate, and the rest of this stuff is distraction. That's what I wanted to share with you guys.
I'm going to share now. When I had my gatekeeper initiation, I had just had a vision. Yeah, they're like nonstop. But I was up on Shasta, and I was laying in my hammock, and I had this big gateway set up in the circle of trees up there. And all of a sudden, I'm like, something's going on with my gate. You know, I use octahedrons in the center of my gateway. That's part of my light signature. That's what I use. And this octahedron all of a sudden is expanding open, and I see this child in the middle of this, and I'm like, what's going on and everything? And she's looking up at this giant being, and I'm like, well, let's see what's going on here. And I turn the vision a little bit. You know, I'm able to spin that reality, so I like spin the vision a little bit. Oh, she's looking at Krishna. There's Krishna in all of his glory. Yes. You know, it's like instructing and sending energy down to this little child. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This child is having this incredible experience. I turned the vision again, and it was me at age 7, and like it was crazy because I had like this bathrobe on that I forgot about. You know, I could feel the material of it and everything, and it was just like, oh wow, this is like beautiful. But that happened right before my gatekeeper initiation, and it was indeed Yeshua who took. I mean, I had a big gold Vesica Pisces open up in my vision, got closer, went into the diamond. That's my logo now because it was so important to me. But that octahedron opened up in the middle of it, went straight through that, and all of a sudden there's the gates of heaven, and they just blast open, and there's every being, legions and legions and legions and legions of light, and I'm just weeping and weeping and weeping and weeping. It was an overwhelming experience. But they're all like, "You're a gatekeeper. This is what you're here for. And you have to learn how to do this." And so it is. I mean, they do get over the top, but when they want to get their point across,
they'll get their point across.
It's huge. It changed me forever.
Get their point across.
Yeah. So it rolls right into align with divine self-realization. So this is the trajectory of human consciousness, is to actually be a completely self-realized person, a self-realized fractal source, which means that you understand completely what you're here for, aligning with a calm, centered state of the infinite. Can't emphasize meditation enough. If any of you are avoiding it or you feel like you can't do it, do a guided meditation. We do Sunday Unity meditations through my collective. If you want to join the Light Tribe, we do them every Sunday, 3 times a day. But here's a point about aligning with divine self-realization. It's humble. I am forever humbled by the experiences that I've had. The more that you know, the more that you interact with higher beingness, the more humble and authentic you become. So when we're talking about creating, I'm going to tie this into creative content now, this conscious media aspect. The more humble and authentic and direct you can be with people, you know, the veils are thinning. So there's not going to be a lot of, I mean, people will still try to create things like, look at me, I'm a guru, look at me, I'm a teacher, or whatever. Yeah. But breathe, you know, knowing that you're a fractal of the Creator. Breathe and just be honest. Before you turn the camera on, set your intention. Is this the content that I really want to share at this moment? Not everything has to be shared. You know, you're not going to go and blab all your experiences to everybody. It's not applicable. You know, we want to stay on path. But breathe and know that this is a very humbling act of service to be. And you can tell the beings that are confident and centered and calm and can be really present with you. You know, they can look into your eyes and be really with you, and wherever you are, they're not like, well, you're not at my level, so I can't even talk to you. No, the people that are really in their hearts will make time for you. You know, and you make time for others. That's the way it works.
Yeah. Humble. Okay, I learned humble in a lot of different ways. Okay. doing some of this stuff on Earth and actually going to some of these different sacred locations and working with my team, which is, I've been around the world 3.5 times. First 3 years I was activated, I wasn't actually supposed to share anything with you guys. The whole thing was a cover story. We've gridded almost every continent on this planet. I have grids on every single lace of line system on this planet. The main thing was for our upper dimensional beings to actually be able to monitor and govern the planet that we're all kind of chilling on. Okay, well, some of the information in being humble, I want to express that I'm okay being the little dude down here in the popsicle suit. You know, people like to think that, oh, I want to remember everything. You remember everything, you also have the responsibilities of knowing everything. Yep. People don't really I want to know this and I want to know that. Well, oh, you want this particular skill set back? You want to make little tornadoes in the backyard? You want to levitate objects? You want to know the last life you had that ability set? Okay. Do you want to know how you misuse your power? Whoa, wait, what? You're like, yeah, here we go. You want this ability set. Here's the ability set. I want to lift objects. I want to lift cars. I want to flip them upside down. Okay, the last time you had that power was about 10,000 years ago in Egypt, when you came in hot from Mars. This is what happened when you did that, son. So I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Are you trying to say that I have to get this ability set, I have to read this entire book of how I misused my juice? Okay? What I'm trying to say is for you guys, when you're unlocking your powers, that was an example, haha. Hey, don't take it so serious. They're like, oh no, bro, no way. Okay, all I can say on Earth is they didn't call them the C team, they called them the A team. You guys are the A team, or the Alpha and the Omega. Just so, give yourself a round of applause. Alright? This ain't the C team, this is the A team. Okay? Now, we're trying to flip 10,000 years of control with 6,000 years of jagaloons in what, 3 generations? Well, we're about to do that. So you know what? And then another round of applause for yourself. So this is a team effort. We're just here to express to you guys. There are guys behind the scenes that are up on the mountains crushing at 3 in the morning when you guys are sleepy. Okay? There are guys, for example, we were in Giza on security detail. The Illuminati, we were in there, we gridded the main pyramid December 20th. The Illuminati rented it out the 21st. Their little thing didn't work because we gridded the entire pyramid complex the day before, jagaloons. Okay? I'm on a camel doing security detail, like, smash them, bro! There are beings down here, putting foot to ass. I just want you guys to know, this ain't all kumbaya, my lord. Hey, there's dudes down here to bang with you guys and protect you too. So I just want you guys to know that this ain't, we got 2 sides of this duality game. I know we get kind of caught up in the ha 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 ha. Well, don't think, God doesn't have some dudes that can bang. Yes, He does. Yes, He does. Yes, He does. Okay? So, you guys are out there in the dark, those guys that swoop in and saved your ass. Raise your hand if you've been in a dream and someone came in, you don't know from where, and pulled you out of that dream and saved your ass. Raise your hand. Well, welcome to the show. Okay? There are angels, there are beings down here to serve you. Okay, I'm a little fire, okay? But I'm here to remind you guys, there are beings down here who have these jobs. And we serve the collective consciousness of Earth. We serve all, so we all may have a higher existence and abundance of reality. Or we wouldn't waste our time. We wouldn't come to this planet and be like, we're here to take over Earth. It's a very amazing little marble out here in the back right-hand corner of the Milky Way galaxy. As you look out your port window, you can see that they are still using toilet paper down there, ladies and gentlemen. There's all kinds of things, and yes, they do eat the animals. It's a very, very barbaric place. On your left-hand side, we can see the Guardians from Saturn. Yeah, they're still out there on the 3rd side of the moon, still monitoring in their dormitories. Look, it's a comedy show. Okay, you guys are in E.T. Real World. Sorry to blow your little belief system up. Okay, when your third eye comes on, you're meeting all these characters. You're like, so it's really like this. They're like, dude, I've seen flashes go off when I'm doing stuff. Like, I'm like, did somebody take a picture of me? Like in the astral? I'm like, hey, when I'm getting to we're like galactic rock stars down here pretending we're like, hey, I'm in this little suit. I got zip file. It's taken me 35 years to piece myself back together through a time continuum, bit by bit. We call these things uploads and downloads. Well, okay. Look, you guys are going to be okay. We're kicking ass. I just want you guys to know that. Sister Crush. Here we go.
The other point to reflect on that is that we wouldn't be here if it were inevitable?
Yes.
Feel into that. The shift in consciousness is inevitable. That trajectory has been laid out for millions of years, actually. But the things that happened in the lower timelines and everything, they will be dropping away. You know, it's not the higher reality that disappears into the angelic realms. It's the lower reality that drops away. So a little perspective on that. But this sense of service and this dedication, it's innocence and wisdom at once. You know, feel into that. You know, gentle enough to hear intuition, and wise enough to ask questions. Now, I've learned that as a teacher, and let me tell you, self-empowerment, one of the hardest things to teach is self-empowerment, because it has to be the individual person's choice to step into their mastery, to pursue that, to do the homework, to do the work and everything. And as a teacher, it's, you know, you can't even call yourself a teacher. That's why I call myself an ascension guide, you know, because I'm not some kind of guru. It's like, yeah, I've been through the process before, and I'm attempting to replicate what has worked in other worlds and other dimensions, but it's a very unique situation that we have here with humanity, because humanity's trajectory is to become these crystalline, beautiful beings. You know, that's why our DNA has the codes of the whole universe in it, so that we can have full access to the 244 strands of universalis DNA. You know, that's like the ultimate goal. And we will get there, because it is inevitable. You know, the trajectory has changed. You know, the war is over. You know, it appears, you know, because we are all creator incarnate. Human means God-man. Hu is God. You know, source in form. That's what we're doing here. We use our DNA and our heart center to produce that in this realm. And the only reason why the you know, 3D technically is already gone is just the ability of creator incarnate to replicate what they did yesterday that keeps old realities running. And that's why all the control structures are constantly trying to get you to do the same thing, do the same thing, just don't think about anything else, think about this, dim it down, dim it down, dim it down. Because the only power that they have is to convince creator incarnate or direct them to keep replicating what they did yesterday, or looping in fear, you know, all the looping mechanisms and everything. But it's very easy to bypass. The level of light has changed again, and it's going to change again at the end of March. So this is light that you can work with, and everybody that is a conscious content creator, work with that level of light. Don't worry about the old conversation, you know, because it's getting a little dull. You know, you can feel it. You know, you're just like, oh yeah, I get it. What's next? You know, that's what we're going to talk about. Listening to divine will versus personal will. That's straight from the egoic level. I don't feel like anybody at this conference actually has issues with that. Y'all get it. You know, having divine neutrality about outcomes. You guys don't scare easily, which is a sign that you're getting into the heart. You know, it's like those other conversations are happening, you know, and there's tactics to try to stimulate that part of you, like, yeah, recreate that fear. And you guys are already getting into that state of divine neutrality where you understand that the outcome is inevitable. You understand that the higher path is the higher path. Absolutely. Can you just say this one thing? So when it comes to content creating, you know, what's in the highest interest of all concerned in this now moment, consistently moving forward? What will truly raise the conversation to a 5D level? You know, create from a pure 5D intuitive perspective of no limits, total prosperity. You know, it changes the energy. It changes the energy around your service work. It changes your products, all of your creations, to encourage the collective to participate in their own path of self-empowerment. You know, we're not here to go, you should do it my way. We are here to empower people and truly empower people. And so check the egoic level. Everyone still has that program running, but the leader-follower vibration is not new paradigm. It just isn't. You know, and that's been part of the conversation for a while. But we're re-educating the collective for self-empowerment by way of example and creative expression. And, you know, self-empowerment again. Hardest thing to teach, that's why you have to set an example and just share what's going on with your creativity right now, and some of y'all have amazing skills and amazing platforms to share that through.
Yes. Okay, I want to teach you some things about the night side. You know, some things to protect you guys when you're little bitty eyes. My third eye's coming on. There's a big face coming through the wall. Okay, here we go. The real stuff. There's a 12-foot big in my hallway waiting for me to walk down, and should I go or should I not? Now check this out. When you guys' third eye is coming on, okay, the issue is that you guys can't make out color. It's like watching the first television. It's like black and gray and shh. So when you're looking at a dude in the hallway, or you're like doing a meditation, you open your eyes and you're like, hey. And the dude's like, yes. It's not a ghost. Your third eye is some old boo-boo. You guys need to do some firmware updates before you can see the elegant robe and the sandals and the whole thing. All you're going to see is the outline. That's gray, shadowy figure. It has nothing to do with what that being actually looks like. It's the ability of your camera you're viewing out of. Okay, let's go ahead and knock that out of the park. Next thing we're going to talk about. When you guys are interacting with your higher selves and your night selves. I'm not going to go into integration right now. Let's just say that we have both polarities running through us. Okay? Run everything through the inner child if you guys want to get green lighted through some of the different things and get your juice back. I know many beings who are good workers and very powerful beings on this planet that work for the light and work for the night. I'm more like a referee in the middle blowing a whistle. Hey! Alright, that was a great match. You guys get some Gatorade, go ahead and clean it, get a rag with this guy, okay? More like a referee down here with all these ambassadors. I'm not here to intervene on your game. I'm here to observe. Okay, when you guys get into that observer mode, understand that how you carry yourself and treat others is the measure in which you are viewed. The way you treat the animals around you, the way you treat everything around you, how you interact with others is how others are going to view you. Pay attention to that. I've been in trouble many times. In 4D, I got in trouble sticking some vampires at a music festival one time up at Firefly in Flagstaff. I'll tell you this funny story. So, oh yeah, you guys, I do things all the time. I'm like a wild animal. I'm like, let's get them, bro! Woo! So, you know, I have no problem sticking vampires. Anyways, so I got in trouble though. So I'm at Firefly with my buddy Patrick. We're up there doing the hippy-dippy thing. And the first time I stepped out in public, you know, at like a Firefly music festival before. Well, there was this like weird, like carnival bus pulled up, and like, you know, it's like French performers that are on the stilts, like. I sat there and I was like, yo, bro, that's like a whole coven of vampires, like straight up. In 4D, they are. All of them are. We're like full-blown vampires. So at night, I'm sleeping, kind of sleeping, and I just saw these dudes going like tent to tent, preying on these kids, 17, 18-year-old kids. So I'm quick with the blade, Sam, and I stuck two of them real quick and chased the rest of them off. Well, next night, I'm like in front of this whole grand jury. So son, do you understand the actions of what you did? I'm like, look, they're feeding on children and I stuck them. Can you please explain to me why you continue? Like, it was like, you know, it's like, explain to me what was going through your mind as you were sticking these vampires. I'm like, look, dude, I'm tired on this planet, to be honest with you, of people getting taken advantage of. I'm tired of people running away from reptilians and begging, hitting their knees to Draco, and whatever this shit is. Some of us come from star systems where this is where, like, if this is like back in the day, this would be like Australia and you're like the British Empire. Like, send everyone over here to this planet. This stuff is only allowed in this space, you guys. So here's the issue with this hodgepodge and this grand experiment of these 32 plus species blended up in a super smoothie, looking for a handful of super dimensional cosmic beings to step up as we get this harvest going. Popping you like Jiffy Pop. But what I'm trying to say is, add some butter and some garlic salt on your Jiffy Pop. What I'm trying to say is that the function is to, when things lean on you, it's okay to lean back. When things don't seem right, it's okay to be like, yo, homie, you know what? I don't agree with that. I don't like what you're doing, bro. Hey, you look at me right here. I'm not into it. When you stare at dudes, you're like, you know what, bro, I see you all the way up. And you know what? Wah, wah. Or you get these guys, these big egos down here in 3D. It's like, So you're like a big deal down here, and you're like a janitor upstairs. So express to me what I'm really talking to. You gotta understand, you are the view and the average of your entire soul stream as a combined. So walk in your truth, and when you guys see things that are not right, us men out there, you see freaking weird things popping up, and these are women, strong women out there. Stand up and go, you know what, dude? I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
What you don't see is behind the scenes, you might have a weak-minded person who's being controlled like a little puppet.
Yeah.
Little chihuahua on a string with the big nippity-meppity. Okay? I've been seeing these beings. Do you know what it's like for me to stand around a room, stay at the guy's higher self, standing behind him, pumping a pulse of electricity down the cable, and the guy goes, hi, my name is Bob. Yo, dude, I've been staring at that for like 8 years, you know? What I'm trying to say is when you guys step in your integrity and step in your power, this governs your actions. You want to know what's going to get your back? When you leave this place, serve something that has your back. Don't serve something that's service to self, ladies and gentlemen. Serve something that's service to others. If you play this dog-eat-dog game, because I'm aware of both sides of this duality game, and all your higher selves are like, oh shit, he fucking dropped a leg top. Hey, listen to me. What I'm trying to say is that serve those that serve others, serve those who serve others with unconditional love. Understand that's one of the things we are here again to do is fix this timeline. You guys are all stars. We know that. You guys all have amazing ability sets on the light and night side. We understand that. Here's the deal we're trying to get to. Can we work together to fix something collaboratively, together as one, to unify the field of planet Earth? That is why we are here, ladies and gentlemen.
For those of you who are encountering beings for the first time, or you're just like something steps into your field, your eyes are getting turned on, your heart's getting turned on and everything, I find like I put myself in extremely vulnerable situations, being a single white female in the middle of the woods, you know, on a 14,000-foot volcano. It's an interdimensional portal, so I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot up on Mount Shasta. But there is when we talk about divine neutrality and really staying in your heart, it's not like, you know, I'm humble and I'm this little thing. I mean, there is something that happens, and I had to train myself how to do this. When those beings started coming through the wall, and like back in 2009, I was dealing with like reptilian type stuff and everything. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna hold my field, you know, because I was in Chicago, and the stuff keeps coming through the walls, coming through the walls. I'm like, what is going on? Because I didn't know I was a gatekeeper yet. I didn't know that I was their way out. So when I put myself in divine neutrality, and the first time this, you know, giant reptilian being comes in, and I'm like, I'm just going to be cool. You know, I got to parent myself. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool. You know, because the body vehicle is having a completely different reaction than my heart. You know, the body vehicle is like, you know, just panicking. I'm like, it's cool. We're just going to be here. And I have my hands on the table on my desk. And he just walked over, and the being, I was like, you know, and Rion and I have talked about this too. It's like all your higher selves like get together and we kind of turn at a being and go, can I help you?
Oh, dude, yeah, man. Guys, face the size of the sky going,
yeah. Can I help you? You feel like
do you need something?
all of your higher dimensional self comes together, and they, you know, we have our own backs in that situation, but it's just being completely neutral because I'm not, you know, to get in my mastery, I'm in non-judgment. That's something that we all need to treat each other with, as well as interdimensional beings as they make themselves more present to the general population. Non-judgment. You know, not every reptilian is cut from the same cloth.
Nope.
Not every drac is cut from the same cloth. You know, and I was a very wounded Pleiadian going through the drac wars on this very planet. So it's, you know, there was a lot of forgiveness and a lot of gratitude for where we are in this space. But, you know, when this being is coming through, I allowed him to approach. I'm not like, oh my God, you know, like shield or whatever. I don't shield. I mean, I know that you talk about shielding a lot. I don't shield. My heart is my shield. Yes. And I'm just there, and I'm in neutrality. Can I help you? And it didn't even talk to me, and I'm crazy clairaudient. It didn't even telepathically send anything. It just walked over. I think it was kind of pissed off, actually, that it had to leave. But it just walked over and touched my hand, and it just went, whoosh, disappeared into life. And I was like, okay, that just happened. But I've learned, like with beings and everything presenting, a lot of the time you have to realize you're the higher being in the room. you're the one with the divine DNA, and it's not like, you know, there's a lot of scary stories going around as we get through this disclosure thing about what they did, and it's all us. You know, we have to realize, you know, we're interdimensional, multidimensional beings, and no one is relieved of the burden of what has occurred on this planet. You know, it's not like they did that to us. That's so disempowering, honestly. You know, and all those stories and everything, I know people are thrilled, and there was a discussion yesterday about how addictive that can be. You know, it's like, don't be the rat pressing the lever for the conspiracy pill. You know, it's like, more, need more. You know, let it go. Let it go. There's another conversation that we need to amplify. You know, we are the conscious creators. We are creating that content for a post-disclosure world. Think about that. Think further down the timeline. You know, at one point on this timeline, I ran into myself. Thank you. And, you know, you see the higher trajectory. So just be present. You know, I'm going to go through these quickly since we're running out of time. Honor your unique expression. You know, what would you do? What if nobody liked or shared or donated? Would you do it anyway? That's where you find your heart. That's where you find your true level of service. It doesn't freaking matter how many YouTube followers you have or anything. You know, that we all understand that is not the path of righteousness during the shift in consciousness. Create from your unique expression, stepping forward as a way shower. And be a responsible creator. This is what we need right now. We need people who are responsible, that understand the trajectory. Freedom, you know, we're entering a level of freedom through this process. You can feel it. You're like, oh, my chains are off, you know? And that means that we need to create responsibly. Unlike old paradigm leadership, we can't replicate what that was. Yes. You know, don't treat it the same. You know, we have the new keys to the kingdom. And the now renaissance is boundless. So speak to the highest common denominator. Enough of this lowest common denominator thing, like, well, I gotta make it a platform that talks to everybody. Talk to the highest part in that crowd, because those are the people, and by quantum effect, when you empower the highest dynamic in the room and the highest vibration in the room, it automatically raises everybody else. It's quantum. You know, so speak to the highest common denominator. And understand that much content that's out there right now is just plain uninteresting to the high vibe tribe. You know, we're ready for a new conversation, a next conversation. You know, and that is something that we create right here, right now. And you know what? I'm going to drop everything except serving as one heart, one unified creation, just like Source. That's what we're here to do, to fully embody that. And understanding that the last piece of the puzzle, this great puzzle and this big game that we've been doing, the last piece of the puzzle can only be placed together. Not one of us is going to play it, you know, put the last piece in your own puzzle. But when it comes to unified consciousness, we all place the last piece of the puzzle together. That's the only way that it works. That's the only way that we have a final point to the shift in consciousness, is we all have to place that together. I want to ask now, did everybody have the 3 conversations that Giselle suggested? Did everyone get to connect with their fellow creators through this conference? Did you have those conversations? Were you able to connect? Does anybody have a project right now that you're feeling alone on? Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course, I just totally volunteered myself for a total instantaneous spontaneity. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, you know, I've got several projects that I've been working on that I felt that I'm alone on because of the fact that I don't have the marketing. You know, I'm an R&D person. I hate marketing. I just hate it because it's not me. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, I'm like going, I continuously have these arguments with my higher self and spirit, and it's like, why am I doing this if I'm not supported? You know, why should I be motivated? You know, and here it is. I'm endeavoring to work on a book that is kind of taking basic software development techniques and using those to develop a spiritual path, which I can see the empowerment towards. I can see the empowerment towards everybody and stuff like that, but it's like, okay, how do I get this infrastructure in order to get things going?
I can help you.
Eric.
Who can help Eric? Right there. You two? Okay.
We're going to have Sandra open with the meditation here in a second, and we're tight on time. But I wanted to share one thing to you guys about judgment. And I wanted to express something that my higher-ups wanted to share with me before we closed here today in this meditation. We don't care if you have feathers, fur, skin, or scales. You will always be measured on your actions. And I want that to be completely clear. You know, saying reptilian is like saying salt. What type of salt are you guys talking about? When you guys step into your hearts and you step into unconditional love, okay? The issue is that you see everyone as an equal. You see everyone as a reflection to yourself. And to remember that all the way up in the hierarchy, not just down here, but all the way up. So always define true unconditional love. View others on their actions and how they treat you. And pay attention to that. You guys can, from this day forth, lose all biasness, treat everyone with respect until they show you an action that shows you something different. You guys are on that path. You guys are on that golden freeway right back up into the higher dimensions. Now, Sandra, would you like to lead us on a meditation?
Yeah, let's just connect. You know,
Okay, yes.
It doesn't have to be a long thing. We're just going to like connect our energy because I feel that a new tribe has been created through this festival, and I want to honor that. So all of us, just get in a comfortable position. Take a nice deep belly breath. Inhale through the mouth and out the mouth. Exhale. Again, feeling through the heart center, down into the belly. Breathe in. Exhale. One more. Deep breath. Feeling everybody in the room. Exhaling all that you are not. And now calling in all that we are. Light up your heart center. We all know how to do that. Light up your heart center, and let's just fill the room with light. Expanding out, pushing against the walls. You guys are huge. Expand. Open up. Open. Breathing. And as one unified expression of Source, all of us, absolutely no separation. Merge with your brothers and sisters in this room right now. Through the heart, creating this beautiful human heart grid. And that is the crystalline Christ consciousness stepping forward when we all unify on this level, on that higher level, but in form. Not leaving the body, right through the form. Connecting, lighting up, seeing that pure crystalline presence, opening up the crown, breathe up, and let that higher light pour right through. Golden, crystalline, diamond, platinum light. Let it light up your heart and then send it out to your brothers and sisters again, gridding the room. Understanding that all of you have each other's back. You are not alone in this co-creative process. We do play an important role on this planet. And it will be important that we all move forward with our creations. Let's send love and energy to everyone's creations, everyone in the room. Full support. Even say it out loud. I've got your back, brothers and sisters.
I've got your back, brothers and sisters.
Beautiful. Just for divinity's sake, I am divine love.
I am divine love.
I am divine light.
I am divine light.
I am divine ascension.
I am divine ascension.
I am all that I am.
I am all that I am.
So be it.
So be it.
Thank you, beloveds.
Thank
I
you.
love you. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you're doing. There's so much support and so much love for everything that you have going on right now. And understand, if anybody's feeling alone in their creations, if you want to step over to the corner and y'all can connect with each other if you didn't have a chance to. But this tribe moving forward has so much energy and so much support from the higher realms too. And that's wonderful as a concept, but look into each other's eyes and understand that each of us is connected now. You know, we reconnected. We all showed up here on purpose, you know, to connect with these specific people. This is your new tribe. You know, yeah, we have our own tribes and other things going on and everything, but let this be, you know, be the creator that you can trust. You know, there's a trust here, a fellowship of sorts, where you can really rely on each other. So connect, throw the business cards around if you haven't done that, you know, make sure that you connect with everybody. And moving forward, let us stay in touch. We're going to come back next year. There's going to be a new paradigm on the table.
Yes.
And all of us are going to make sure that that happens. Yes?
Yes.
And then I want to invite out, this is like, the name of the song is The Ship. And so we've kind of been on a ship for these 3 days. And we'll, on some level, we'll stay on a ship together. And we're also going to sail this ship off until we meet again. So we're going to meet again in a year, if not before then. And so I just want to thank everyone for being here. And let's start with bringing the core team up. Lori Lawrence. And then we're going to bring, who else we got? Roxanne, Van Power. Sandra, Walter, Alexander. Happy birthday, get up here.
Going live, right? We didn't do tarot. No, we're going live again, right? Or you want to just continue?
Let's flip it so you can see what's going on. Alright, we're going live.
We're going to be
with
going
some
live
tarot.
again soon. We got tarot.
We got tarot. I will see you guys in a little bit. Love you guys. Peace.